Welcome to another edition of Aaron Knows Best. No, that doesn't work. Welcome to another Versus Challenge. Okay, let's talk about the R1 and the ZX10. Recently I got the chance to ride I don't even know what gen, second gen cross-plane R1. Let me set the day up for you. Basically, it's real simple. I was at Barber Motorsports Park October 26, 2019. A friend of mine said, hey man, why don't you try out my 2016 R1 with all the goodies on it? Of course I said yes, because I'm not an idiot. Man, that was a blast. I was absolutely... First of all, the guy said, here, try my bike, which is already something of incredible faith. Because, frankly, that's a lot of risk. I don't do that. I don't say, here, guy, try my bike, unless I really know someone. So, thank you so much to Dick. So, of course, I've owned a Gen 5 ZX10 with all the goodies, built motor, blah, blah, blah. And these two bikes couldn't be farther apart. I mean, literally, in the superbike spectrum, they're probably Jekyll versus Hyde. That's a really good way to describe them. I think it's a really good way to describe them. The ZX10 is a very non-electronics intrusive machine. You know, Kawasaki built that bike to have a lot of mechanical grip and to work with Pirelli tires. You know, they want to win, the World Superbike Championships, and frankly, their track record speaks for themselves. The R1 has an incredible pedigree coming out of the early Rossi years in MotoGP, of course, with its cross-plane motor. I actually owned a first-gen cross-plane. It was a 2009 R1. That was a really good machine to sort of learn how to ride a leader bike. Let me paint the picture for you. I've been riding 2 days at Barber Motorsports Park on a Ninja 300. The Monday of a 3-day track weekend, a buddy comes up to me and says, hey man, why don't you jump on my 2016 R1? And I went, okay, not realizing how it would feel to come off of 37 horsepower and get on 190. That was shocking to say the least. Of course, I've had the machines, I've had the power, but to that difference, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. The biggest thing is the motor. The motor outright is the two differences in those machines. The ZX10 has basically no mid-range. For 1000, it doesn't have any mid-range. If you're coming off a 600 and jump on a ZX10 having never ridden anything or else, you're going to think I'm crazy because it's a lot of power no matter what you're talking about. But you jump on an R1 after a ZX10, that's another thing. The R1 makes power from 9,000 RPM to about 12,000 RPM like nothing else I've ever ridden. Yamaha just knew what they were doing when they made the crankshaft, cross-plane. Basically what you get is multiple cylinders firing one after another, creating this massive torque curve, and it just launches you out of a corner. The byproduct of that is, when you get in the upper RPMs, north of 12,000, is that the power then flattens out. And that's the area where the ZX10 is coming alive. The ZX10, as soon as you get above that sort of 10, 11 point, it just rocket ship, man. It's gone. But that also is a wheelie problem. So, how do you control that? The R1 uses electronics. The ZX10 uses chassis setup and mechanical grip. Again, it's Jekyll and Hyde. It's night and day. It's fantastic. I enjoy both bikes immensely. I've owned the ZX10, of course. I think that's probably more my style. But an R1 is so much fun. It is like, it speaks to you, it's barking and snapping and growling every point. You can't even get out of the pits without just rah, 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 rah. It's fantastic. But the ZX10, when you ride it in anger, is something that you can just be aggressive with, and the bike doesn't care. It's like, cool, man, you want to be aggressive? I got you. You're not Jonathan Ray. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it is like. On the other hand, the ZX10 also doesn't have that life that you might expect from a 200 horsepower machine. And that kind of takes it away a little bit for me. I'm kind of like, dang it, if only. But I'm a nerd, so I use my brain as my guide point a little bit more than others. My heart would tell me that an R1 is the bike to get because it's fantastic and it just sounds incredible and it just has soul and wants to please you everywhere it goes. The ZX10 doesn't really care what you think until you start going fast. Then it's like, see, I told you I was faster. And that's why I like the ZX10. My vote, that's close. That's really close, man. If I had a track day, okay, let's break it down. If I was racing, ZX10, all the way, not even a blink of an eye. If I was just riding on track and just doing track days and just sort of wanted to, not a chill out bike, but I've got this really cool sounding machine that I just love, the machine, I would absolutely choose an R1 every day of the week. It sounds incredible and you just feel alive riding it. So that's how you can make a decision. Are you riding track days? Are you trying to race? You choose. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. We're going to do a lap real quick at Barber Motorsports Park. I'm going to try to stick my face in the bottom right corner, so we'll see how that works. Alright, here we go. Front straightaway. Got to chase down a buddy of mine. He's on R6 up there. And I just made it into turn 1 past that guy. Bye, guy. Okay, listen. Oh, yeah. Oh, here comes the cameraman. Get close to the rumble. Whoa, not too far. Close. Let's not wreck somebody else's bike. All right, up this hill, man. Gosh, I found it hard to just stay pinned up there. It's just, it freaks me out, right? That hill. Coming down to Charlotte's Web, this is an awesome corner. You can brake a lot deeper than you think. It's really slow down in here, but it's got a long braking zone. Pitch it over at one of the slowest corners on the track. It's about 55 miles an hour, and then you just freaking twist it. Here you can get big gains on the time if you're actually going for a good lap time. I'm not very fast, so all I can do is pass 600 on 1,000. Down into museum. Here we go. Don't go too far left. You don't need to be on the rumbles, but I did. Now we're gonna big power again. We're gonna twist on about second gear. You're gonna hit third, and then I short shifted to fourth. For some dumb reason, I could have held third through there. Then you just flip flop through here onto the fastest part of the track. You just hit it again and let the horses run, baby. And it's gonna get a little bit weak. Oh, a little bit. Lane's up there. He got held up by traffic. He's probably gonna run a lot faster than me on this one. And you just do another quick little flip flop. You feel the G-forces right here, man. Gosh, the bike just sets down hard. And then up over a rise and then down into the final section. This 16-17 section is really hard to get right, but if you know what you're doing, you can really make some time. And then you gotta set it up for the front straight. So you hug it close to the right here, and then swing it over left, and then get on that power again, man. It's 1,000. You gotta give everything to go fast. We're gonna shut off because traffic. But that's okay. It still ran like a 43 or something like that. That was awesome. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks.